Fun, difficult meeting today. Fun, difficult. Hyphenated word. Fun, hyphen, difficult. Okay, so get ready. If this is your first time here, this is our daily meetings. We actually do this every single, Monday through Fridays. We actually do this. This is the real meeting. There is nothing about this unreal, and it's free. It's not even a marketing ploy. We do this regardless. We're going to do it if you don't come, because we're going to continue to grow this company until we get to $1 trillion company. That's the goal. Yes, trillions. $1 trillion company, that's the goal. Nevertheless, here are the rules for you. There are no rules. You get to take everything. If you hear an idea and it works in your company, take it back. It's yours. If you would like to steal something, steal. The world is yours. If you would like to butt in and ask a question on why we did that, do that. The world is yours. And if you just want to be quiet, do that too. The world is yours. I know I have a lot of people who secretly follow me and just steal, but that's what they should do, because that's what I would do. None of that is wrong, because I don't own anything. That's more up to source or God or however you believe. I don't own nothing. I'm just a vehicle and a vessel. Nevertheless, here is today's meeting. Well, let me give you some background first. When I joined this industry, the first thing I did was said, F that industry. That's what I said. Let me just tell you straight up what I said. I just want to be real with you. I said, I don't want to be cloned or pigeonholed to being in an industry at all. When I first joined, they tried to lock me in as a motivational speaker. Obviously, I've done much more than that. Then they tried to lock me in as businessman. Done much more than that. It's just whatever. Right? You just entrepreneur. It's about the only thing you could really say that fits. From the beginning, I kept putting people out of business. This is where you should be listening. How did I keep putting people out of business? Well, it's simple. They left holes so I could put them out of business. Imagine that you go to a podcast, or you go to a product on Amazon, and you look at the 1 and 2 star ratings, and you see every single thing wrong with that product or that podcast. And you want to do something just similar to that product or that podcast. Then you take all the 1 and 2 star ratings, you reverse engineer it, you fix it in your organization, and you fix it in your product or your podcast, and then you come out with a better product or podcast. Now, are people going to complain? Most certainly. That's the way it is. The people are going to complain. At the rise of you is the rise of people hating that you rose. That's just the way it works. The more you rise, the more you create the opportunity for people to hate that you have risen. It's just the way it is. What you should be understanding here is I'm not accidentally putting people out of business. I'm doing it on purpose. Do I care to put people out of business? No. Do I care to put me out of business? Yes. And that is the meeting. That's the meeting. You understand? The meeting is put me out of business. And all of you get to take a turn putting me out of business. Obviously, we'll start with my staff first. Your job is to put me out of business. Let me give you a bit of an example now. I just gave you background. Now I'm going to give you an example. I started the Business University, and I said, wow, this is good. And then I said, now kill it. And I did. I totally tore it apart. And everything that I tore it apart with, I added as a different feature in the Business University. And I did that over and over until I could not do anything better. I had my greatest idea ever. And I could not, Charmon, exceed it. Year 1, year 2. But every day I said, I got to kill this. I must break my business before someone else breaks it. Someone learning, I must break my business before someone else breaks it. I must break my business before someone else breaks it. And if someone else breaks it, they take my customers, they take my money, and that is all. And who wants that to happen, all right? No one wants that to happen. I don't want to be Blockbuster. I want to be Netflix. I don't want to be Toys R Us. I want to be Amazon. Yes, are we getting some agreements here? Everyone wants it. All right, good, good, outstanding. I don't want to be malls. Malls are actually out of business. Malls just have political clout with cities that I won't go into. But yes, malls are out of business. I don't want to be those things. I don't. I want to be the person putting people out of business. So how do you put people out of business? It's simple. You put yourself out of business. Now let's define this phrase, put out of business. It means come up with your greatest, period. The best thing you could possibly do. You can't do anything more than that, Michael. You can't. Can't. It's just, this is it. My business is fire. I can't do anything else, Antoinette. This is it. I can't do anything else. And then do something else. If it takes you a day, figure it out. It takes you a month, figure it out. For me, I figured it out 1,000 different times, made 1,000 different improvements, passed up 1,000 different people, and then I got to a point, Charmone, to where I couldn't no more. And 2018, 2019, same thing. I couldn't change it. My awareness had rose to that level. And then what I do, I forced it. I took my perfect idea. I took my very perfect idea. And then what I did was I put it on the front end of my company. And I said, all this, yes, Deanna's getting it. Deanna's getting it. All this $20,000 stuff, $59.99 now. Now do something. That's what I did. I put my back against the wall and I tried to figure out how can I do it. Now, most of you know what's going on here in the business. You don't know everything, but these daily meetings will help you know everything. And now it is, let's just call it bifurcated right now. There's a speaking side, there's a business side. Now, I am going to go one by one of my staff. I'm going to start with Reggie because Reggie likes to jump in. He ready. Let's pick. Well, actually, let me not pick. Reggie, what would you do to put me out of business? How would you take my customers? What would you add that I'm not adding?
I really don't know.
Yeah, I know it's difficult. I told you it's difficult.
It really ain't difficult because I answer it, but I want to go first.
No, fair enough. Okay, let me get great then.
With that being, no, I'm already here now, so
okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go first. In my old fundraising days, all I did was pay attention to the competition, and all I did was what they didn't do. Now, and if I did do what they did, I just undercut. That's all. I just took their legs from them. In this particular business, I would just give everything for free, and my stuff be so good, and I be so consistent that people gonna give it to me, give me what I need anyway. That's it. Everything in a nutshell. Whatever you're doing, I just do it for free. My content will be the same, but in some areas, I mean, it's gonna happen. Period with anybody. Some of my stuff gonna be better than yours anyway. That's just facts. That's just facts. So the category that I'm very strong in, you're gonna be weak in, and it's gonna be vice versa. So we both need each other in the long run. But at the same time, I just do it for free. I won't have no price I won't have no set nothing. I won't even have to say I have this and bring it down to that. Because mine are just, I'm giving it to you. So since I'm giving it to you, you're going to be so appreciative that you're going to give me something in return.
Boom. Boom. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Keep thinking.
Yeah.
Keep thinking. That's actually one of the things that I came up with when we first started. This business started in 2009. When, I don't know how to phrase that. When what you see became, when this division first started in 2015, exactly what Reggie said is what I did. I said, somebody ain't gonna try to do what I'm doing for free, so let me do it. That's why 90% of what we do is for free. Y'all see how they work out? That's why. That's why we give away so much for free, for that very reason. Because I said there's a Reggie out there.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ain't nothing in life free anyway. So
Fair enough.
There's nothing in life free. So
fair enough. You sounded real political right now, real smart too, right?
I just wanted to make a little sense this morning. That's all, just a little bit.
No doubt, no doubt. Reggie is one of our content managers. Yeah. Reggie is our 6'7" content manager, BEO of Come See About Me. Yes, that is him. That is him. Grace, I'm coming to you next. Put me out of business. There's no idea. Let me just preface this for everybody. There is no idea that's not wrong or not right. They're just ideas. You understand? And come up with some hot ones, come up with some garbage ones. This is what I do. Let me just explain this first, Grace. Mozart has five masterpieces. Well, 5 masterpieces that are commonly consumed by the public. Let me just say it that way. But he wrote like 1,000. That's how the process is. Picasso has like 6, 7 paintings. He painted 700. Y'all should be strongly processing this information. The Michael Jordan, commonly known as the greatest player of all time, NBA player, missed more shots than he made. Do you understand? Missed more shots than he made. The way it works, if you want to give your masterpiece, if you want to be known forever, you must put out high volume. Not high quality, high volume, and never diminish the quality in the volume. Always do it with high quality, which is the spirit of excellence, but it must be high volume. This Business University, y'all are here because this is my 19,000 idea. This business is my 19,000 idea. You understand? And then in that 19,000, I've been in business since 1996. I've been through 3 recessions, 2 small, 1 major. I failed 50 million of them and just renamed the DBA. Same company, Mega Legacy Incorporated. Just act like it with no failure. Call it something different. You understand what I'm saying? Switched it, called it something different. That's important to grasp. So what I'm saying is, because I want you all to understand, Grace, when you give me, and audience later, when you give me what you're giving me, you understand? Just talk. Don't come up with the best ideas. Come up with your ideas. And then you'll be like Reggie, be like, oh, hold on. I stopped talking. So I just thought of something new, right? And then boom, it'll come out. Yeah, got me? That's how you want to do that. All right. Let's roll, Grace. Put me out of business.
You know how you've done an overcoming low self-esteem course, and then
Yep.
you say you're coming out with a dealing with anger course?
Mm-hmm.
To put yourself out of business, add a course on mental health, where you're dealing with depression, anxiety, and all those types of things that go into the mental health, because, mental health gets swept under the rug all the time. So when you were talking and said, hey, how you put me out of business, that came to my head.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got some feedback from, hold on real quick, Grace. Did you want to say that out loud? Who just privately messaged me? Because that's pretty good. Let's see what she probably can't. All right. Oh, there you go. Good. There you go. Yeah. Say it out loud for me.
Okay, I was just saying that for the freshman level to offer business plan, strategic plan writing, then the how to structure legally and finances.
There you go. All right. I do have, and the crazy thing is I've gotten 20 financial classes written. I just never get around to recording them. Never get around. Deanna, I just copy and paste to you what she sent to me. Good. Business plan, strategic plan writing, structuring legally, finances. And I won't teach the business plan class. Believe that. I'm going to bring in a banker that would teach the business plan class, because it's the banker that will approve your business plan. And I want to have the banker tell you what he or she will be looking for. We know, because we've gotten beat up by a Wall Street banker on a business plan. And we know, but you don't want me to teach that. You don't ever want unless you want the executioner, you want the judge to teach you how to do something. You get it? You don't want to. If you want to be a lawyer, you want a judge to tell you, "Nah, don't do that. It's not gonna work in court." Yeah. Don't do that. I'll have a banker come in that constantly looks at business plans and tell y'all why he doesn't approve them or why she doesn't approve them. So good stuff. That's actually 3 things that could have put me out of business: business plan, strategic plan writing, structuring legally, and finances. They're not here. Good stuff. Grace, back to you. I let her go because she's not staff, and it's pretty cool. Now you said mental health. What are we calling mental health? I forgot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you say that out loud. I'm gonna let you say that out loud here in a second, Reggie. What are we calling mental health? Because Charmone agrees with you.
Okay, I don't know everything that goes into mental health, but depression, anxiety, things that you can kind of mask, that people won't know you have it, but then, and you can teach how to deal with it in life as well as in business, how to go about it.
Let me tell you, I don't know one person not masking a bad day. I don't know one. I don't know one. You understand? Not a one. Not even me. Bad day. All right, come on. Get it together. Life is good. Right there, I'm masking. I'm just masking for prosperity, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a good kind of masking. All right.
Yeah.
Control your vibration.
Right. Okay.
It's going to matter in 5 years. Yeah.
Put that in there too. Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff. You wrote that down, Deanna?
Say the very last one again.
Mental health, depression.
It's the one when Grace says say that too.
Controlling your vibration is what I said. Yeah, that would just controlling your vibration.
Bipolar.
That's good. Well, I would bring in an expert for that. I definitely would. You can put bipolar down. How to deal with bipolar. I know some. And the good thing is I know some folk. I know some folk. Reggie, let me hear from you.
Well, no, I was raising my hand because I have depression
Oh yeah,
and
you know
bipolar.
about bipolar. You know
Yeah,
about bipolar for
both of them.
sure.
And then
So
the
I would have to
last
bring
thing,
you in. I would have to bring you in from a family perspective. Not what is it like to deal with bipolar, but what is it like to deal with the
both
ramifications and the
mm-hmm,
consequences of it? Yeah.
on both
Reggie has
ends.
a family member with severe bipolar, and surely that has affected you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave me some medicine for it.
Oh yeah. See, there you go. Good stuff. You forgot to bring up one thing. You shot
I
me a
did
message.
recovery for drug addicts. I would definitely throw that in and throw you out of business.
I know
Just
you
for the
would,
simple
and you
fact.
should.
Just for the simple fact, all the places that I've been to and all of the meetings that I've been to, because of course, if you're gonna sit in a meeting, you're gonna disagree with some of the stuff that they're doing, and take notes and keep all the information that was given to you. Because and I'm glad we're on this topic because I was in recovery homes, I was in these meetings, and just because I spoke the way that I speak, some of the teachers and some of the people they was giving me a hard time. Period, because I just grew attention to the people that was there. And all I was doing was just being me. I wasn't trying to outshine nobody. I don't want your job. I just came here to get the help. But at the same time, I see how serious it is because still to this day, right now, even this morning, I got a text from one of the brothers that was at the center with me. And, they told me some good stuff, man. So, yeah, definitely
Good stuff. Let me pause real quick to give you your props. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie on March 20th, this is April now, reached 1 year sobriety on his recovery road. Yes. Y'all come on, you can unmute your mics and clap for that. That's a big deal. Yes. He has reached 1 year sobriety. That is a big deal. Big deal because he is, well, where we're from, he is surrounded by drugs. Okay, surrounded. We can't escape him. You can't escape him. You can't escape him anywhere. But he lives in Galveston. Galveston doesn't have a middle class. It's an island. It's tourism. So you're either Antonio and came back and got a beach house, or you're Antonio, the first one, the hustling of drugs, right? Just depends on what year. You know, in the 80s and the 90s, this depends. There's only super poor or super rich. The tourism is the middle class, and there's drugs everywhere. Hell, the tourists are doing drugs to have a good time. It's just, right? The poor people doing drugs to forget they poor. The tourists are doing drugs to have fun. The rich people doing drugs so they can't get caught. That's what it is. But good job to you, man. We actually, I've said this to you before, but Deanna, write this down. Let's build a whole recovery division, since Reggie is clearly an expert on this. Let's even have him. Let's even get him some good expert resources. Let's spend some money, do that, and let's even tie him with someone. Let's get him all his licenses, whatever he'll need, and find him some sort of recovery, not a recovery mentor, but somebody that know that political tape. You know what I'm talking about, Reggie? Somebody that know that whole political stuff, so they can teach him that. And then what we'll do is What we'll do is we'll have him teach recovery here, but you know how I am. And we'll also build his brand as well with that, so he can continue to stand on his own 2 feet. Recovery is a big deal, and it would be amazing. So check this out. This is what we got so far. Hey, are you recovering? We got you. We're going to take you through that process. We actually had someone that was in those shoes, but not just that. We do know a lot of you people recovering have bipolar disorder. We got classes for that too. And you know what? Just the fallout of all this could really be messing up your mental health. And we have a whole track for that. Yes, we do. And once you get recovered And once you get to a place in which you're ready to transform your life, we'll help you create your own economy with the ATS Business University. See what just happened? I think Charmon's starting to get it. See what happened when you put yourself out of business? See how wide that foundation just got? All right, Reggie, back to you, and then Michelle Graham. Oh, I think it's called this drop. Okay, when he comes back. So Michelle, you go first, and then we'll get Reggie once it's, there he is. Never mind. Reggie, back to you, and then Michelle.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that. I was just saying that I had a question. I just knew the guy that you was talking about. It was actually the dude that was my counselor. I just got through talking to him yesterday.
You did? All right, Deanna, get that name from him, and then we're going to, because he could teach Reggie the ropes over there. You get it? Because it's, it's always stuff. Hey, that's secret information. Hey, man, listen, if you really want to get this, you need to go talk to Melissa over there, because Melissa, you're right, stuff that we wouldn't know, but he'll know. You get what I'm saying? Good. Michelle G., this is right up your alley. Come on, holla at me.
It actually is, because that's actually, the field of health that I'm in, which is behavioral health, and then as far as for the recovery, just a suggestion on that, get certified in, the AA and NA, so in other states as well, to where you can do it online. So that way, you can hold classes online. But behavioral health is a
Hold on, you muted yourself, Michelle. Behavioral health is and that's the last thing we heard.
Oh, I said it's a huge one. That's a huge one. Yeah.
Good stuff. So let's make sure that we can do it online, Deanna, in a 50 states type way. And we'll make sure that, and then you'll have all those resources. Reggie will take good care of you. Good stuff. Outstanding. Let's pause real quick. While I'm pausing, I want someone, not my staff, to volunteer your business. And then we're going to put your business out of business. And every idea we come up with, you get to apply to your business. Who wants to volunteer? Be thinking about that while I say something else, give you a little segue here. Now, looks like Satish was trying to jump in there. All right. You want your business torn up. Deanna, remind me to come back to the CEO's pride. Remind me to come back to that. The CEO's pride. Remind me to come back to that. So let's pause. Here's what we have. What we just did was, without ego, just added a few things. And I didn't take, let me start off this way. I do this exercise every day. I got 50 million ideas. I got stuff written down. They're already done. And I purposely didn't say anything, because as a CEO, had I said something to Satish, I would have framed their thinking. You get it? I almost said, okay, Reggie, you get to pick from business side or speaker side, and I stopped. I said, wait a minute. Before I said that, because he would have been stuck in one of those two sides. You understand what I'm saying? He would have been stuck in one of those two sides. So I didn't say anything at all. So I've got a bunch of ideas and my strengths, my gifts, etc. But what we just did, now I didn't accept everything because they just said it. That's not what I did. I just happened to accept just about everything because they have a high level of awareness. But let me tell you why I accepted these things. Because they're complementary products. This is what's important. Complementary products stop you from doing what is called brand width. BRAND WIDTH. Brand width. Brand width. And you do not want that problem. One of the big things that brands do that hurt them is they extend too far and too fast, and they become a commodity. Let me actually, Deanna, give me an example of this. You're the marketing expertier here. That's not a word. I just made it up. It sounded good. It sounded French. Expertier. Sounds like it's a word. It might be a word. Who knows? I'm just doing my George Bush Jr. thing. I'm making up words. That's what he did. He did a lot in his press conferences. He did. Go ahead, Deanna. Expertier here. Give
Chevy.
me an example. All right, Chevy. So let me repeat the question so everybody get it. I want an example of a brand that went too far and too wide and commoditized themselves. And you just accurately said Chevy. Why?
Because there's nothing branded with Chevy, just like there's nothing branded with Ford. Everybody knows about the Chevy Corvette, but do y'all know about all of the other making models that they have?
The Chevy Corvette is the only thing that has any sort of prestige whatsoever. And I don't even know how they did that, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Other than that, Chevy, everything. How many y'all rushing out to go buy a Chevy next year? Whose dream car is a Chevy? Unless you're going backwards to like the 40s, then that makes sense. No. You know why? And why are their dream cars not Chevy, Deanna?
Because there's no I'm sorry, I was laughing at what Reggie put. Because there is no prestige in it. But if you look at a car like Rolls Royce or Bentley, they don't mass produce. There is a level of prestige when you purchase one of their vehicles, and you can't just walk on a lot and buy one. There's not a Rolls Royce or Ferrari or Lamborghini or Bentley car lot on every single block or at every single exit on a freeway.
That's right. Doesn't make any sense. Because you got a Chevy Equinox, Chevy, I can't even name them all.
Impala.
Impala.
All that, yeah.
Grace.
And now, go ahead.
I'm sorry, and Grace even put it in the chat. There are no commercials for Rolls Royce or Bentley.
Okay, that's a different kind of branding strategy. They're creating both scarcity and prestige. That's a different kind. That's fantastic. That is a great observation. I'll touch it here briefly. That is because if you have a Rolls Royce, you're somebody. How do you know you somebody? Because everybody don't have it. It's like going to the mall and getting an outfit no one has, and going to the first day of school and stunting on them. Come on now, don't fool me. I need some stuff. All right, come on, Charbon. Don't fool me now. Don't fool me with that fresh outfit. I tell you, we human beings are the only people on planet Earth that buy new clothes to go out of town for people you've never seen before. Don't you realize all your clothes is new if they never seen it before? I don't know why my brain works that way. It's just so practical. All your clothes is new if they never seen it before, right? Anywho. All right, now, don't turn yourself into a commodity. What Reggie said was complimentary. It's all right, man, listen, you got the recovery. We're already doing mental health stuff and all that stuff like that. And we get that stuff out for free. Then and Grace said mental health recovery, one and the same, because most likely the people who are drug abusing have some sort of mental health problem, not necessarily a chemical imbalance. Can be. But it's something they are really stupid. There's something that, some molestation from childhood or something like that. Something that they're dealing with mentally and they need to let go. It could be any of these things and things we'll never mention. Therefore, these things are complementary. If you're going to add, you don't say, Chevy, let me do 15 different cars. You say, Chevy, let me add 15 different features in this one car. You understand? Because if you don't do that, you commoditize yourself. Here's what I suggest to you, Charmon, just because you're here. I would not start with 50 million products. Start with 2. You can have them. I just wouldn't release them. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't release them. This is shea butter blue, shea butter pink. This smell like pink? I don't know what that smells like. But this smells like blue. I just get a feeling with the programming they put in me. Blue is masculine, pink is feminine, right? Which doesn't really exist in the world, but that's the programming they put in me. This smells like pink. Now you get 2 sizes. Pink 2 ounces, pink 5 ounces. Blue 2 ounces, blue 5 ounces. And that's it. And you build a cult following with those, and then you release a new product. Sure, Antonio, what company did that before? McDonald's. McDonald's did not come out with no chicken biscuits. They have. Y'all might be. See, I'm the age. Well, I'm millennial, but old enough to remember. Can I get a number 4? Because that's it. The numbers didn't go past a number 4. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. And the occasion when McRib that came out, you know, during Christmas time or something. 1, 2, 3, 4. With no chicken. With no coffee. You understand? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all it was. That's all it was. That's how you do it. And then you dominate with that. You build that brand. That way, when you roll out a new product, you have a cult following that says, yes, I've trusted you this much. I can trust you now. So good stuff. All right. Outstanding. Outstanding. Don't commoditize yourself. Let me actually give you, it's called the law of extension. The law of the line of extension. It's an irresistible pressure to extend the equity of a brand. Here are 2 examples that the book 22 Immutable Laws of Branding or Marketing, one of them, gives by overextending. They introduced Coors Light. Coors Light caused the collapse of the regular Coors, which today sells 1/4 of what it could have because they came out with Coors Light. Then 7-Up, all right, and all that stuff. Back in the day, 7-Up had 5.7% of the market share. They added 7-Up Gold, Cherry 7-Up, and the assorted versions. And then boom, 7-Up lost its place. Well, I remember Pepsi Clear? Bad idea, wasn't it? Yeah. You don't do your brand like that. It doesn't make sense to come out with an ATS Business Light. That's the point of the business, right? You just don't do that. You know, you just don't do that. Remember that because that's how you put yourself out of business the bad way. Put yourself out of business the bad way. All right, who's got their business they want to volunteer? Who among you? Since we got guest her.
I said
Who
I
among
would.
you? All right, Michelle says she would. Michelle, give us your top 3 products if you have 3.
I'll go with the for-profit. I'll use the for-profit instead of the non.
For-profit. All right.
The for-profit will be hair, nails, and makeup.
All right. And tell me about well, first off, I can already put you out of business right now, just not even knowing anything about it. And so I want you to steal a few ideas once I put you out of business. Now, when I say put y'all out of business, that's right. That makes me come back to CEO's pride. This is not about what you want. It's about what your customers want.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fall of CEOs. Not you. I'm not talking to you, Michelle. That's the fall of CEOs. We build what we want, not what our customers want. Ask yourself, Have you built what you want, or have you built what your customers want? Okay, I never intended to build the ATS Business University or the Bureau of Dominant Speakers. You demanded that I do, and I followed. Remember that. All right, Michelle, hair, nails, and what?
Makeup for
makeup.
Wedding parties.
And this is all under one company?
Mm-hmm.
And it's for, do you exclusively do for wedding parties? Like
Yes.
just for wedding parties? That's actually perfect. That's actually harder for me to put you out of business now. Good job. Good job. Why is it harder for me to put Michelle, why is it harder for me to put you out of business?
Because there's not a lot of companies that specifically target that market.
That's right. That's right. You're in a niche now. You've made yourself a niche, and it's harder for me to put you out of business because I would have to go in there and compete with you. You understand? You're not competing against the industry. If I go in there, I have to compete with you. That's harder. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm explaining that properly. When they tried to make me a motivational speaker, that's a broad category. You can put me out of business because I'm facing Les Brown and John Maxwell and all sorts of folks. Easy to put me out of business. When I'm the guy creating 100,000 millionaires out of the middle class with people that they look over unless they spending $3,000. Now you got to come compete with me when you come over here. And you can't afford to outspend me. So every time you come in here, you go back with your tail between your legs. Good job, Michelle. You did that to me just now. The idea I had, I was wrong. So good. So pause real quick on you, Michelle.
Okay.
Grace, without knowing information, no, we're coming back to you. Without knowing much more information about her stuff, put her out of business.
Okay. Hair, makeup, nails for wedding party.
Mm-hmm. Help out, Reggie and Deanna.
I was
Reggie got some hood stuff for you.
No, I don't know. Just anyway, I'm throwing it out there, man. Because she said nails, hair, and what else?
Makeup.
And makeup.
For wedding party.
Right. How about feet for construction workers?
Okay, that actually
It might work.
Might make some money.
That might work. Them dogs out there be screaming, boy. They out there with nails, boards, and everything, man.
I
have something.
They got girlfriends. Go ahead, Chris.
And it's actually what I'm working on right now.
Teaming up with
venues and providing an all-exclusive package, providing all that and more, from photography, video, makeup artists, and all that in one package deal.
All right. So now we got, without knowing any more information, the reason I said, hold on, Michelle, because I don't want her to give us information so she wouldn't frame our thinking. She's just getting raw ideas. Get my nail package, or my, let's call that the cosmetic package, and we give you the photographer for free.
It can also be something we can collaborate on too while we open.
Exactly, because she could put in her price the photographer's price. Yeah. He just offered to collaborate with you, Michelle. He trying to go global. He said you're not in Texas.
I heard him, but I don't live in Texas per se. But
girl, that boy will fly out there.
I'm saying, I'm in Dallas and Arlington quite a bit, so
This boy would go to Kansas, would get people in Kansas, it would send you
I'm not
staff.
in Kansas.
Yeah, you're not in Kansas. I thought you was in Kansas. You in
I'm
Missouri.
in Missouri.
That's right. You're in Missouri. You're in Missouri. That's right. I knew you was in one of them. One of them, Missouri. I actually went to basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Yeah, but that's where I went to basic training at. So now we got get our services and get these course services that you're going to pay all these thousands of dollars for free. You need video and you need photography. If you get our cosmetic package, we partnered with videographers and photographers, and you don't have to pay for them. And then you show them the itemized list. Videographer costs you $10,000, photographer costs you $5,000, and if you just take our package, which is, drum roll please, $5,000. I know you don't mind making $5,000, Michelle. Don't fool me now.
Oh, no.
Okay then. All right. If you pay $5,000 for us, then we will provide this extra $15,000 of services, core services. And then you call Chris, I got $2,000 for you, man. I'm on my way.
Yep. First class now.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Look, Chris, I got $2,000 for you and your plane ticket.
I'm already at the airport.
I was just getting ready to say, and your plane ticket will literally be booked within a few minutes after.
Yeah, you take the $500, you spend it on the flight and hotel. You give him the $2,000. Now you keep the $2,500 for yourself. That's a good payday.
Hey, I don't have to pay $500. I don't have to pay much for a plane ticket because
There you go.
That works for Americans. So
Connection.
So I need you to get with Deanna as fast as possible. I need me a buddy pass. Man.
Well, they have to pay for them now, but it's not.
I do understand.
There's a plane.
I do understand. You see that? Now, was that a good idea to put yourself out of business?
It was.
Yes. Charmaine says, yes, honey, yes, that was good. That's why I didn't want you to tell us any idea, because I don't think we would have came up with that raw idea. Go ahead, Deanna. You had something to say.
Okay, something that I've never seen that for do a how-to for the bridal party for the after the wedding. So for people who because I know for me, I do like the natural, but if I'm doing something extravagant, I want to know how to do my own makeup because I don't always want to pay somebody else to do it. I have my makeup. I want to learn how to do it. So for those who want to be like that, offer a how-to course for the bridal party for after the wedding. You say if you want to know how to do this, how to, do your makeup like this, I have this available for your bridal party as well.
Okay, that actually works well because I just, with as far as like the makeup that I use, they can actually purchase that as well from me because I got roped back into Avon. So, yeah, they got me back in there where I didn't have to pay anything to do it. So I went ahead. I'm like, yeah, might as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You can also offer a free touch-up for the honeymoon. And listen, if you chipped your nails or whatever, your hair done got wet from the champagne or something, you just stop by. I don't know. I'm thinking NBA tournament. Like, I got to marry. Yes. With the trophy, with the marriage trophy and stuff, I don't know. I'm tripping. Free touch up. Listen, you don't go on your honeymoon with your hair not scrunched. Is that what y'all call it? I'm out my league here, Michelle. I'm out my league. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm trying to say. Don't go with your hair not curled. It was hot outside. You got married in Missouri in the summer. It's humid over here. Now that it is. Man, it's humid over here, and you know how it is. Category 5 heat. Girl, that curl done dropped. Come on by the office. We'll curl that curl on up like Luther. You know, get to them Luther Vandross curls. Send you on your honeymoon for free, no charge. Don't cost you anything. Don't cost you anything. That would be pretty cool. What you would be doing is you would be selling security. I would pick you because I know, as a man, I know I ain't got to hear this complaining. So go ahead, go over there and get that recurled on up. You understand? So good stuff. Good stuff. Outstanding. Diana, give us another one.
Not only partner with photographers and venues, but also find hairstylists to partner with as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cool. All right, let's wrap this up. Let me give you some practical stuff. Today's meeting has been about put yourself out of business. This is very important. You want to think like your competitor. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process how to do this. I do it every day. I get it from lawyers. Do it every day. I want you to do the same. Your job is to make sure that you put you out of business before Antonio does. Because believe me, I'm coming. You should know that if you're in my industry, whatever they call that, I am coming to put you out of business. It is intentional. Let me just tell y'all this here. Forget what they tell you. I am absolutely attempting to become a monopoly. And the companies you love and the companies that are in control, they are monopolies. We don't like to say that, but that's what they are. Do you understand? They are monopolies. Google monopolizes search, doesn't it? Facebook monopolizes social media, to be honest. It does. It does. It has more people than anybody else. Do you get it? It does. Far more people, 2.5 billion people around the world, plus they own Instagram and WhatsApp, Messenger. So now they're in 3G areas. Yep. And they're launching satellites into the sky to make sure that people can be connected. That's a monopoly. That's a monopoly. That is a monopoly. Yep, it is. And you want to be a monopoly. Competition is for losers. You want to monopolize what you're doing. So if you're going to do, what did you say earlier? Did you say body butters? How did you say that the first time you said it, Charmone? It's how you said body butters a week ago. Oh, I can't hear you. I think you got your phone muted or something. Or you unmuted on the thing. Nah, I can't hear you. That's okay. You can just type it in the chat, or I can read your lips. But I think she said something like body butters. Point is, y'all, you need to make sure that you're the only one in that industry. Yes, body butters. Okay. All right. Body butters. It's different from body odor. It's different. Very different. Okay. That smells like sweet perfume, not full court basketball. Okay. It's a difference. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Put yourself out of business and become a monopoly. Why are you doing, like I see Darren on the phone, on the call. Market yourself as a bodybuilding hairstylist if you're going to stay there. Do that. That is so myopic that there's no one else doing that. And you can get there and what you're already doing, teaching nutrition plus doing hair, but guess what you do? I know plenty of bodybuilding women that are, well, all of them are quite beautiful, but that still keep their hair done. You draw from both sides. You draw from both sides. If you're going to do it, go all the way in. You got to put yourself out of business. Step 1. Imagine you are your worst hater, your worst competitor, and take your business from you. Step 2, come up with all the sneaky stuff that you were going to do to yourself to put you out of business. Step 3, modify, fix, and improve every single idea you came up with until you can't do it anymore. You just absolutely can't do it. Am I going too fast?
Yes. Can you repeat step 2?
Okay. I'm not even going to look through what y'all typing. I'm going to start over in my head. Step 1, become your greatest hater of all time. Put yourself out of business. Step 2, invent every product that you was going to do to put yourself out of business. Be super great with it. Step 3, be super, super, super great with what you just did in step 2. Between step 2 and step 3, you're going to have to take a day off or so. Your brain's not going to be able to come up with better ideas after step 2 until you pause from it. Okay, you got to break from it. Now that you've done those 3 things, then what I want you to do is I want you to go to step 4. Step 4, you just got put out of business. Now you need to recover. How are you going to respond to that? So I want you to respond. Once you go on the defense now, I want you to respond to it. That's step 4. All this worked. You lost your employees. You're down to your last dollar. Now you got to make your business work. Step 5, get out of response mode. And this time I want you to act like step 1, 2, and 3 you saw coming. I saw that coming. I saw it coming. And what did you do to shield yourself from it? And finally, let me wait till they put it down in there. There you go. And finally, step 6, build all that. And then repeat. That's what you do. I do it every day. I do it every single day. That's what you do. You're going to get to a point to where it's going to be really, really hard to go higher than that. You're going to do that a couple of rounds. You're going to be like me. It's going to take a couple of years till you figure it out. Yep. Charbon, you're on mute your mic. Oh, no. Still can't. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. This is putting me out of business, putting you out of business. Here's my final words. So we got Reggie. You got any more ideas, Grace? Satish, let us hear from you. Let's hear from you.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Any ideas coming from India? No? Okay, no, that's all right. Phil and Susan, any ideas coming from master speakers such as yourself?
I heard Phil's phone ringing, so I don't know if he had to get it.
Oh, okay, no worries.
I had listened earlier to Robert on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
And he said right now is hoard all cash. Hoard your cash. And then number 2, get ahead of difficult conversations. So pretty much what you just told us to do, we have to have a conversation with ourselves and with those around. So you got to get ahead of those difficult conversations. It's what you are doing every day. with this
Yes,
cycle
ma'am.
through that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good stuff. Good stuff. Appreciate you, Susan. That is the reason you want to hoard. While cash is still trash, it is not trash. I got to define that.
Cash. I said cash.
Yes. It is. You
Means
want
not
as much.
paying bills, not paying the bills. Don't pay the
Yes.
bills. Every day, something else they're cutting back on. So if
Yeah,
you think
buddy.
you got to pay it, wait a couple of days and see what changes.
Now that was powerful. That was powerful. That was powerful. A lot of people are going to buy a lot of things for pennies on the dollar. You're going to see gyms. I'm not even being smart here. It happened in the last recession. In the last recession, they were buying gyms for $10,000, the equipments. $100,000 equipment for $10,000. And then reselling those $10,000 to the one gym that was open for $20,000. It's incredible. It's a snow cone stands going. It's just incredible. It's incredible. And there are some industries that just keep surviving, and it's crazy. And some of them, it's just crazy how they keep surviving, and they actually thrive in down recessions. They actually thrive. People are buying up Tylenol. It's probably because they got headaches, man. It's probably because they got headaches. Chris just said people buy up Tylenol. That's my process. I want to tell you one thing, though. I'm going to tell you one thing. Take off my glasses so you know I'm serious. Tell you one thing. You're not going to get the answers immediately. And you're supposed to be okay with that. This is the caveat here. What I started off doing, I went to Starbucks every day at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning. And I stayed to 7 o'clock at night. That was my first office. Now I have 4 offices. That was my first thing, my first office, was using Starbucks for 2 years, building this company from 2015 to 16, 2014 to 16, 2014 to 16, or maybe 2013 to 14, one of those, 15. And I sat there, and I just sat there and said, give me an idea. I was looking at this piece of paper. I wrote it down. Give me an idea. It never came. I just kept saying it, Sherman. Give it to me right now. It never came. It never, ever came. And then I hit a money problem. And then this is exactly what happened. I'm college professoring at the time. I used to be a college professor. I'm in this nice Armani suit or whatever, but I'm in a truck with no AC, driving in Texas in traffic. So I'm sweating in this Armani suit after a bad day of professoring because I hate jobs. And I realized that adjunct professors have no rights. They're slaves. And then right out of that, the Brooke Carith University was born. The Brooke Carith University came up. And I said, you know what I should do? I should start my own college. That heat ain't nothing nice, you're right. I should start my own college. This top secret information, y'all. I never say this out loud. I should start my own college and then charge people $50 a class. That's what I should do. And put the education industry out of business. That's what I should do. I said this in 2014. And over time, Charmon, that Brooke Carith University morphed into ATS Business University. And quiet as kept, we are in the process of getting things accredited because one of the long-term goals I have is to give out business, psychology, and theology degrees from this place. That's a real deal thing. that's really happening, that is here, and they charging a lot of money for it, let me tell you, all right? $30,000 just to come down to visit, plus, anyway, just don't even let me get started on that. With the same accreditation as the University of Houston, same accreditation as the University of Houston, same accreditation, all because I sat at Starbucks saying, give me an idea. Give it to me right now. I got this paper with these little circles, and I said I want this many streams of income, and I got these streams of income, they're blank. Where did I get that from? There's a book by Bob Proctor called Magnet to Money. He said it in there, so I did it. Magnet to Money. It's an old book. I had to, on Amazon, you got to get the CD. Magnet to Money, Bob Proctor. I love me some Bob Proctor. That's what happened. And from that came this. But had I never sat at Starbucks being defeated, saying, give me an idea. And that's step 2 to step 3, you're going to run out of ideas. And you're not supposed to stop. You're just supposed to lose. You don't stop, you lose. Do you understand? Don't stop, lose. And get back up and fight another day. Winning comes from losing only. It never comes from stopping. Michelle G., last words on you.
You know what you're talking about right now is, and I'm okay. So I had ordered both my books at the same time, Peaks and Valley and The Magic, for the class. And I opened the package to see what what it was or whatnot. And it was my book, and I just happened to open the book right as you were talking and saying what you were saying. And this is actually what,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is.
Look at that.
That is
your check.
that opened up to. Yeah.
Look at that. Uh-huh.
I
Put it in
can't.
there. You're going to love that magic book, too. Put it in there. You're going to love that magic book.
I'm about to do it right now.
Yes. All of you have registered for this daily meeting. You're going to get emails. We're going to email you about our leadership class that we offer on Thursdays. That's what she's talking about. It's free, no charge. This is our way of helping back during the economic disruption. I see many people from I've seen 3 different continents on the call today. I saw America, Africa, and India. And I'm not sure if I can see anything else, but I am grateful for that. Michelle, you write in that number. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to write into this. I want you to do exactly this, okay? I'm going to tell you how I want you to do it. I want you to write a number, and I want you to go so far out to where it scares you. And then I want you to back up slowly. Back up slowly to where it stops scaring you and put that number down.
Okay. And
typically, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm literally about to make a copy of it and do it. I said I was going to do that as soon as I opened it and looked at it and you were talking.
Good. Nah, that's good. Because I would typically, in my more ambitious but lower, kind of connected to source days, I would have told you, go out to where it scares you and build out to that point. I don't need to tell you that. That's actually bad advice. The good advice is go out to where it scares you and then back up to where it doesn't scare you, but if you go one step further, it does. That is where you are currently connected to source. And that is where all your ease will come from. Satish just got it. Yes. And that's the number I want you to write down. If you go past it, you're going to create discomfort, and you're not going to be connected anymore. You got me? Because you can always hit your number and then make up a new number when you hit your number.
You know what? It's funny that you said that, because there's a particular number that I keep telling myself, I'm going to hit that. That's what I'm going to hit.
Good.
And when you said as far out as that it would scare me, it was literally like 100 times that is what would scare me.
Yeah.
But
good.
That particular amount, it just, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll help everybody with this. 100 billion does not scare me. Absolutely doesn't scare me. Oh, you are very welcome. Hold on, let me respond to this. Oh, that's supposed to say sure. There you go. Now you're very welcome. Very welcome. Give me 2 minutes and we're out of here. I just want y'all to receive this last thing. 100 billion does not scare me. It fits very comfortable with me. But if I say 101 billion, that scares me. That one extra billion disrupts me enough to where I don't really want to pursue it no more. It's too uncomfortable. The 100 billion, I'm all in. Somebody put 7 billion. Oh, sorry. Anywho, that was a private message. That's a private message. Somebody sent me their number. I thought it was everyone. Do yourself a favor. Oh, that? No, that's not 7 billion. I need to read my commas right, Grace. No, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry. I went to public school, y'all. Make sure you stay connected. I made this available for free, our real meetings, because Source Me said, do that. And it was very comfortable. I expect nothing in return. I expect absolutely nothing in return. Nothing. That's comfortable for me. What's comfortable for you? How are you shaping and reshifting your business during this time? Money will not be lost. It will just go into the hands of those who planted seeds before this happened. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. And then we'll send you emails for some other stuff, too, so you can join that stuff for free. Love everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.